Kids are depriving their brain of oxygen, using their hands or you know, some kind of ligature to stop the flow of blood to their brains.
Barb Dreyer never wanted to be an expert in the choking game. Unfortunately, she became one in the most tragic of ways.
In Zach's case, he played the game alone, which an increasing number of kids are doing, and there was nobody there to help him stand up, and he ended up dying from it.
August 5th, 2007 is a day Barb will never forget. Her son was camping with other scouts here at Camp Loud Thunder. He was in the same room with his dad, a camp ranger.
And Zach had just gotten back from a trip to England, so he was having trouble sleeping. He had jet lag. He went off on his own. He had his survival gear. He had his lantern, helmet, and he went for a hike.
It wasn't until the next morning that anyone realized Zach was missing.
When his dad woke up the next day, Zach's alarm was going off, but Zach wasn't there.
They formed a search party and started combing the nearby wooded area. It didn't take long for them to find Zach. The 15-year-old boy was dead. His dad found him.
He had a rope around his neck, and it wasn't tied tight. It was just draped over a branch, and Zach was leaning into it.
That's why Barb spends much of her time these days speaking to schools and organizations about the choking game, because she says more kids are trying it every day and they don't realize the dangers.
You can find out what it's like to feel high without doing anything illegal, without doing anything that's going to hurt me. But what they don't realize is that by doing this, they are hurting themselves. Millions of brain cells die each time they do it.
We found numerous sites online, some too disturbing to show, with families that have suffered a loss like Barb's, others that show kids actually participating in the choking game. Barb says technology is making this game that is decades old even more popular today.
It's more prevalent now than it used to be, and I think that's probably because of internet and, you know, phones. You can tape what you're doing and zap it over to another person. The information just gets out there so fast.
Now she's spreading the news that this is not a game that should be played. Her 15-year-old son, with a bright future ahead of him, is gone, lost because of one simple mistake, trying something that he thought would cause no harm.
I'm never going to know how tall Zach was going to be. I'm never going to know what his kids are going to look like, would have looked like. I'm never going to know what he would have done with his life.
And Barb says if she can prevent even one child from making the same fatal mistake, that's her mission in life, and it's what Zach would want her to do.
He loved helping others. He was the first one in there to volunteer. That's partially why I'm doing this, because that way he can still help others even though he's not here.
And in a sense, that helps her to face another day, one without seeing the smile that brightened her life for 15 years.
Pain of losing a child never goes away.